They're talking about testing.
Yeah.
It's an interesting time, you know. It's an interesting time in the sport. Like we had the enhanced games last night.
And it was real interesting. The fact
super
that
interesting.
only one record was broken, and it was by a guy who probably is natural.
What does that mean?
It means that
What
all
does
the
that
Olympic guys are geared to their mind.
Really?
It's this, when you have this, guys, people don't understand this day of testing thing. Like they do it and laugh. It's crap. It's crap. You give me a day. You give me a day. I could blast as hard as I want, and then I'll test natural. It's just how it is.
The good thing about this conversation was that Devon and Auden didn't really claim that PEDs don't work. The failure of the enhanced games, the 3 out of 4 natural guys at enhanced games winning gold medals and only 1 world record being broken doesn't necessarily mean that PEDs don't work, and it doesn't also necessarily mean that the guys competing in tested events are already juiced up. I think the most likely reason for the failure is that the top guys were not competing there. So maybe it tells us that the top guys would still be the top guys even if there is no drug testing or if everyone is taking steroids. But that also does not mean that steroids don't work. They obviously do. I'm not willing to believe that yet. So I want to know whether the best guys in the world, the defending Olympic champions and world champions, were they threatened with a ban by the Olympic Committee of their country if they compete at enhanced games? Then only we can come to a conclusion. We need to see the top guys getting juiced up and then perform. If the timings, the performance remain same, then maybe we can come to some conclusions. But this enhanced games failure, it proved nothing to me. So Devon and Auden came to a conclusion that on the event day testing, it doesn't really work. Athletes can easily cycle off and you will never be able to catch them. Effective drug testing should be randomized. It should be all year around. Obviously, that is going to take a lot of money. So random testing makes sense. Maybe it's only once a year, but you don't know when it is going to happen. And judging by the videos of the athletes, their lifts on social media these days, it's kind of easy to know when somebody is getting juiced up or ready to juice up or not. So maybe they can be caught that way. Most elite level sports already have PED usage despite the fans' perception. Whether they believe it or not, the PEDs are already there. That's what Devon and Auden discussed. They also talked about weight cuts. Before we discuss the details, Devon talked about his own weight cut journey. He has been on a fast for quite some days now. I think the live stream was 2 days ago, so maybe the fast is already over. And Devon has cut about 25 to 30 pounds. And you can see that on his face, in his body, he's looking much lighter.
When I started the fast, I was weighing 285. I was pretty level 285. I've lost over 25 pounds, guys. I'm like 259 this morning. So I like it.
Matyushenko.
I pulled Matyushenko in Little Rock. Just show up and beat him. You gonna hook me? And as far as I'm concerned, I've had the 105 and 115 kilo world title belt more on than off.
And speaking of weight cuts, Devon believes that even in the Arkansas event, he can just take Ivan Matyushenko's belt whenever he wants. In fact, he also believes that since 2008, he has always been the 105 and 115 kg champion of the world, except for the time when he had surgery on his elbow. That's how confident Devon is that except for the super heavyweights, nobody would have been able to beat him in almost last couple of decades. Do you agree with that? Mention in the comments. So the weight cutting philosophy, extreme dehydration, it can harm the athletes, but they believe it is going to harm the athlete even more if the 24 or 36-hour window for weigh-ins is taken away from the athletes. The athletes who desperately want to win and perform well, they will still be cutting weight, and that is going to do a lot more damage to them. So that's why they believe that weight cuts should be the way they are right now, because every single combat sport or strength sport does the same. Nobody is abolishing these 24-hour weigh-ins. I don't really like that, but what can be done about that? If in my ideal world, you would be weighing only maybe 2-3 hours before your match. But then if somebody misses weight, they don't really have that much time to cut weight. Do they cancel the match, or what do they do then? So it can get a little complicated. So obviously it gives a lot of advantage to the athletes, but Devon thinks that it is a part of the game. You should treat it as a preparation for your super match. I'm going to talk about Devon's comments about Brian Shaw, what he said, whether Brian still has the potential in the game or not. I'll probably discuss that towards the end of this video. So first match, which Devon predicted, Courtney versus Nastasia. And Devon thinks that Courtney is getting really strong. Despite having only 2 years experience in arm wrestling, Devon thinks that in the 70 kg division, she is already ready for the top female athletes of the world. That's how talented this woman is. And we saw her compete, or not compete, but practice against Sarah Backman on the extended pass of the previous East versus West event. And she was already doing pretty well. She got pinned by Sarah a few times, but then endurance took over. And after that, Sarah was never able to pin her. So she is already good. Although I'm not sure in what kind of shape Sarah is in right now, but Courtney is definitely good, and that's why Devon thinks that her ceiling in the sport of arm wrestling is extremely high, and she is going to win this match. And then Jason Merlo versus Ryan Bellinger. Devon thinks that Ryan's match against Alan Ford last year could have been the match of the year if it was a high-profile title match, but it wasn't. That's why it didn't get the award. So Ryan Bellinger definitely has the experience in endurance wars, but Jason Merlo is versatile, and his cupping ability, his technical versatility is probably a little bit higher. That's why he may be the favorite. Jeremy Parker versus Auden Larratt. They were obviously joking a lot about Auden's potential, how massive he is right now. And Auden is good. He thinks he's really going to win this match. He's around 220 pounds. He was jokingly saying that Jeremy is way too small, even though he's cutting down to 115. The weight category for this match is 115 kilos. But Auden is already on his tapering recovery path. He's managing inflammation. He's not doing high volume workout. He's doing fast singles instead of fatiguing his arm, recovery. So he's doing everything that he can possibly do at this time to get the victory, and he needs that victory. Then they talked about Irakli Zirakashvili versus Yoshinobu Kanai. Devon told us a story when he met Yoshi for the first time in 1999 at WAF Worlds in Japan.
I love Yoshi.
Yeah.
I was at the Worlds in '99 when Yoshi won a gold medal in the 80 kilo division. Yoshi's a very special athlete. Probably been number one in Japan, probably for like over 25 years.
Yeah, really?
Yoshi won the 80 kg gold medal then, so he was already good. Devon thinks he has been the best Japanese arm wrestler since last quarter of a century now. So they think that Yoshi's defensive strength, his King's move, his ability to resist any kind of pressure, including a flop press, is way too high. His technical intelligence is very good. And combining all of these things, Devon thinks that Yoshi can be the future 105 kg champion. Despite that, Devon thinks it is going to be a good match, a close one. But I think Devon was saying that Yoshi is the favorite. I don't think Yoshi can be the 105 kg champion. Maybe the 95 kg champion if he's able to beat guys like Bacho and Todd Hutchings, because he just walks around at 97, 98 kilos. He's not really a true super heavyweight for that matter. Adam Wardzinski versus Peter Sellis. Peter top rolled pork chop pretty easily at the previous East versus West event. Adam Wardzinski, as per Devon, had no business defeating the former 110 kg WAF champion Sandro Shedis, but he did, so that was surprising. Still, Devon thinks that Peter should be the favorite. Justin versus Tom Holland. Tom Holland is good, but Devon thinks that Justin has way too much elite level experience. He has had wars with Yanis Omolins and Mindaugas Teresitis. That's why, because of greater proven efficiency at the top level, the consistency at the top level, Justin Bishop should be the favorite. Yanis versus Craig Tullier. Once again, Craig has insane side pressure, hooking ability, cupping ability, but Yanis has a great top roll. And once again, despite Craig having more arm wrestling experience, Yanis has more arm wrestling experience at the top WAF level. He should be the favorite. Corey versus Pavlo. Devon thinks Corey is the favorite. I think it can be a good match. Pavlo's top roll is pretty good. His posting is pretty good on the left arm. His side pressure is also insane. Jerry versus Cody Merritt. Devon was shocked to hear that Jerry had already defeated Cody once on the left arm way back. Devon was not ready to believe that. He still thinks that he will be really surprised if Jerry is able to do anything in this match. Tobias versus Alex Kurdecha. Auden thinks that Tobias will destroy Alex. Devon doesn't really believe so. Auden thinks it because Tobias has speed, explosiveness, reach, superior top roll. Devon argues that Alex Kurdecha is extremely versatile. He has had wars with Devon and Morozov in the past, so endurance is proven. He's consistently facing top level competition, even the competition that is way too good, even for Kurdecha. That's why he should be the favorite to win this match. Hutchings versus Stoica 95 kg title. Even though Stoica has been impressive lately, he can surprise anyone, including Todd Hutchings. Still, if the match stops, it's Todd Hutchings all day long, and the match can stop. Ermes versus Morozov. Ermes Gasparini's work ethic is amazing, definitely more than Vitaly Leletin, and maybe even more than Artyom Morozov. His training methods are good. We're not really sure where Morozov is. We're not really sure if his wrist injury is fine or not. And even if it is, it's a stylistic nightmare for Morozov. That's what Devon said. But despite that, we cannot really count Morozov out. He can be really impressive, really unexpectedly strong on the table sometimes. And this may be one of those times if Ermes Gasparini underestimates him. Main event, Michael Todd versus Petrenko. Devon thinks that Michael has incredible discipline. His training volume is great. His PRs are great. His dedication to weight cut and winning the world title is unmatchable. Petrenko has speed, explosiveness. He's technically versatile. But Devon thinks that Michael Todd is the favorite to win this match. Now let's talk about the potential of Brian Shaw. I think Devon has also kind of stopped saying that Brian Shaw is going to destroy Levan Saginashvili in the future. He's going to become the world champion or something like that. Because in this video, Devon did say that Brian is still on his learning curve. It's still the beginning for him. Nobody really knows where his ceiling is. He can be pretty good in the future. We have just seen the beginning of the arm wrestling journey from Brian Shaw. He can still face guys like Iron Bibi, Andrei Smaev, or even Kirill Sarichev. His raw strength is still amazing, and he still will have contacts with the top level arm wrestlers, so he can still have access to high level coaching and all of the resources in the world that he needs in order to get better at the arm wrestling table. But we did not hear from Devon, just like we used to hear in the past, that Brian Shaw is going to be defeating Levan Saginashvili in the future. He's going to be a problem even for the top guys in the world. He did not say that this time. That's it for this video. Use code Pradeep to get 5% off the pay-per-view. I'll be seeing you again in the next video. Thanks.